So this is more than a show. This is a campaign. This is a protest. This is a celebration about resilience and survival. And this is a screening tool also?
Well, certainly we have a few audience members in mind. I mean, we want it to be entertaining. It would be, we've all been to bad community theater or, educational theater pieces where you're just like, oh, here's the key messages again. Oh, yeah, okay. Here's the script telling me what I need to know. So we were really conscious of not doing that, of, you do come out knowing more about the topic, and we've specifically included messaging in there for if you are a person experiencing this, this is your pathway out. If you see this in your friends or relatives, this is what you can do to help them. Those messages are in there, but they're in there in a way that you're being entertained, and it's starting a dialogue, and you're motivated to care. And when you see those things in the future, hopefully you reflect and you go, I remember what it felt like in the room to watch Russ have that experience. I remember when he talked about, having those conversations with his friends and them not doing anything. I'm going to do something different in this situation. That's what we want.
Is that the learning and understanding that you're talking about?
I really want people that come and see this, that tweak one thing that comes out of this show. So that, if they see something like that with their friends or their family or whatever, that, they make the approach. They don't do the whole let's pull back. Be brave. Be brave. Go and talk to them. Ask the question, because ultimately they may not be ready for it at that point, but they know you're interested. And so when they are ready to talk, they will go and seek you out.
That's exactly right. I think we talk about it, the metaphor we use is just drawing circles around it. And I think that's really important. We know that, if somebody says, I don't like your boyfriend, you should divorce them, you should leave, that person has a lot, love is a complex thing. They have a lot of emotions attached to that person, and they have been trained to defend them and defend the situation and try to cover it up. Really the victim is the strong one in a lot of ways. They're the ones trying to make it work. They're the ones keeping it all together, in the face of some really horrible stuff going on.
If you've heard something in our conversation today that makes you think perhaps you're using control or abuse in your relationship, you can contact VAC at vac.org.au or QLife.
If in our conversation today it's made you think about anyone maybe a colleague or a friend or a family member even, that this sounds like could be happening in their relationship, please head to qlife.org and speak to a volunteer counsellor about what you might be able to do to help that person. Or you can go to anothercloset.com.au and have a look at the information there for how bystanders can help someone experiencing violence.
If anything in our conversation today has made you realise that maybe you're in a domestic violent relationship, contact Queerspace. They have a specialist LGBTI domestic violence support worker available to talk to you today. Alternatively, call QLife and talk to a volunteer counsellor.